Hey, and welcome to day 2 of the 21-day English speaking course right here on ChetChat. It's Grammar Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about sentences, parts of a sentence and types of sentences. And if you're new here, let me do a quick recap of the rules. There's going to be 2 classes every week. There's Grammar Tuesday and Vocabulary Friday. And at the end of every class, there will be a quiz which you can answer as a comment under the video. And the solutions to the quiz will be given in the next class, including a shout out to the fastest 5 correct entries. So you want to make sure that the bell icon is pressed, the notifications on your phone are switched on, and you're logging in every Tuesday and Friday at 4 p.m. I'm happy to say that this course is entirely free for you. But just in case you require some additional personal help, or maybe you want your quizzes to be marked by me personally, then you can join the ChetChatters Members Club by clicking on the Join button, which is right next to the Subscribe button. And like always, the transcripts of each one of these classes is available for you to download on our website, and I'm going to drop a link to that as well in the description box. And now quickly let's get on with class number 2. Hey, this is Chetna and you're watching class number 2 of our 21-day English speaking course. And today we're going to cover sentences, parts of a sentence, types of sentences. There will be a quiz at the end. There will also be answers to quiz number 1 from class number 1, and there will be a shout out to the 5 fastest correct answers. Now let's talk about a sentence. So what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words. But what if the group of words doesn't make sense? Like, she has English learning, or I pen having, or you are ChetChat watched. Now, does that make any sense? No. Are these sentences? No. So a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Example, she is learning English, I have a pen, and you are watching ChetChat. Okay, every sentence typically has 2 parts. Let's look at this sentence. The boy kicks a ball. Now, it's like somebody does something. The boy kicks a ball. So if I divide this into 2 parts, there is this person who's doing something. Now, who are we talking about in this sentence? We're talking about the boy, and he is doing something. So the boy is the subject of the sentence because he's the person we are talking about in the sentence, and the rest of the sentence, which typically contains the action word, is the predicate. Let's take another example. The girl ran to meet her friend. Now the 2 parts of the sentence are the girl ran to meet her friend. Now who are we talking about in this sentence? The girl. And she did something, she ran to meet her friend. So the girl is the subject of the sentence and ran to meet her friend is the predicate. Now I'm going to give you a little hack to find out which is the subject and which is the predicate in a sentence. Now when you get a sentence, identify the action in the sentence and put a who or a what before that, and the answer to that question will be the subject. Let me explain this to you in a very simple way. Let's take this sentence, the weather is pleasant. So the question you can ask yourself is, what is pleasant? And the answer is the weather. And so the weather is the subject of the statement, and is pleasant is the predicate of this statement. And let me give you another hack to make sure that the subject and predicate that you've chosen are correct. The subject will typically be a person or a place or a thing, and the predicate will always contain the action. So after you've chosen the 2, you can use these 2 hacks to make sure that you've chosen the right answer. Now here's a quick exercise for you. The teacher is going to teach today. Now ask yourself some questions like who is going to teach today, etc. and quickly put a comment right now telling me what is the subject and what is the predicate in this sentence, the teacher is going to teach today. You got it. Now pick up 10 simple sentences from your textbook or from any book that's lying right next to you and try to find the subject and the predicate. Now just a word of caution, sometimes in very long and complex sentences there can be multiple subjects and multiple predicates. But since this is a basic course, I want you to take those short sentences and make sure that you get the concept completely right. Okay, and pick any one sentence from your book, divide it into subject and predicate and write it as a comment under this video, and I'll tell you whether you were right or wrong. There are 4 types of sentences. The first is like a statement of fact. It's almost like you're declaring a piece of information. For example, the sky is blue, my cat is black, she is 10 years old. Or you may be expressing an opinion like, I like that blue shirt. Now this type of sentence is the most common type of sentence, and it's called a declarative or an assertive sentence because it's like you're declaring a fact. You're just announcing something that is obvious. Now one hack to recognize this type of sentence is that it always ends in a full stop or a period. The second type of sentence is a question. For example, what is the date today? Are you enjoying the class? Did you watch class number 1 of this course? It's like you're interrogating somebody, and therefore this is called an interrogative type of sentence. And the hack here is that it always ends in a question mark. The third type of sentence is one where you're giving an instruction, maybe you're giving somebody advice, or maybe you're requesting somebody to do something. For example, please tell me which route I need to follow. Come here right now. Have a good day. Stop beating that dog. These sentences have a sense of urgency in them. Since you're asking someone else to do something, they are known as imperative sentences. And they sometimes end in a full stop, but they may even end in an exclamation mark. Example, move out of my way. The fourth type of sentence is when you suddenly exclaim or you express yourself. It's a very spontaneous sort of statement where you could be either annoyed or excited, and you could express happiness, surprise, anger and such emotions. For example, what a beauty! This place smells horrible. Happy birthday, Sheldon. These sentences always have an exclamation mark at the end, and that's why they are called exclamatory sentences. Now in the comment section, quickly give me examples of each one of these 4 different types of sentences, and if you have any queries, feel free to ask them. And if you want to learn more English, then you can go back and look up our Learn English playlist where you'll find a host of different words, phrases and expressions that you can use in your everyday English. And also don't forget to watch day 1 of this 21-day English speaking course. And now it's quiz time. We've kept this class really simple, so I'm going to ask you 15 simple questions which you're going to answer by putting a comment under this video, and I'm going to give you the answers to this in class number 3. And remember, the fastest 5 correct entries are going to get a shout out in my next video. And here are your questions. And now for the solutions to quiz number 1 from class number 1 on last Friday. And a big shout out to these 5 people for getting the correct answers first. And if you want a shout out in our next video, make sure you keep the notifications on your phone. You click the bell icon here and you're logging in at 4 p.m. sharp on every Tuesday and Friday. And class number 3, it'll be a vocabulary Friday. So see you there and happy learning.